Guys, the Laguna pre-season starts next week. I'm going to have to do one during and after, but let's just look at the basis that we're going into pre-season. Got a few things I'd like to get off my chest in regards to that, so let's get into it. Ooh, that was a bit deep breath. Firstly, three at the back. Initially, for obvious reasons, we can barely defend with four. Going into it, how are we going to defend with three? You've seen previous sides, don't get me wrong, I'm not afraid to play three at the back. You've seen certain sides in the Premier League do it. You've seen Italian sides of present and past generations, even better if you look back, do it. You've seen Spanish sides do it. You've seen the Dutch do it, so it's not a problem. But in our case, can barely defend with four defenders, let alone three. But it breeded us nine wins from 10, I believe. It opened up everyone. It allowed Alexis to get into threatening areas. It allowed Ozil to get into threatening areas. It took the handbrake off the likes of Aaron Ramsey. Guys like Oxlade found a new possible role and things of that nature. And it just all around brought confidence and brought some centre-backs game time. So I am sold on that, and we do need to move forward with that. And when you consider we've got Kolasinac, we've got Holding, we've got a lot of centre-halves, there's a lot of options in regards to how we set up in this formation. So yeah, if papers are to be believed, and we do get Lacazette, or for argument's sake, or any other striker, the obvious question would be, if we play three at the back, how is everybody going to play? Only one person can play through the middle. Naturally, because of the money spent, you'd think Lacazette, yes, he can play out wide. You'd think Lacazette, Ozil's going to stay in the middle. So I believe all three of them can play. Alexis, Ozil, and Lacazette, or whoever's going to come in. If you do this, firstly, it's three at the back or five at the back, no matter how you, depending on how you look at it. You can play three centre halves, or you can play five defenders. Sorry. Now, my proposal would be take the left winger position, because Alexis tends to play on the left. Take him out of the left back position, the left back spot. Push the left back forward, because we don't need Alexis defending. Push him forward. He gets into the side, and that now allows him to get into the side. Added to that, you could also play. You could actually play two wingers and push them further forward, and play three actual centre halves, and then allow one of the midfielders. I know I've been talking about Xhaka and how he needs to add the box to box trait into his game, but his natural tendencies are to hang on the halfway line and be near the centre halves. So naturally, if it's three at the back and Alexis is gone, freeing up a left back spot, Xhaka can drop. That makes it four at the back. Or if you instead of playing two wingers in the fullback positions, you play one Alexis, or you play Bellerin or Oxlade-Chamberlain. That's four at the back already, technically out of possession and off the ball. And if the centre half drops, that's five at the back, or five in defence. Still that, allowing us to still have stability defensively, and it's still allowing everybody to get into the side and threaten in dangerous areas. Similar to how the best example would be, is somewhat a half-back role in that Mascherano, and best example, Busquets. You constantly see them become a centre-back out of play and a midfielder when in possession, and constantly float between the two lines, even to a degree Javi Martinez, but that's not the best example. So yeah, it would allow them lot to get into the side, while Xhaka or whoever, Coquelin could even do it, could act as a screen somewhat and become a centre-half out of possession. I've actually seen Xhaka at some moments, actually become a centre-half out of possession, maybe when he was tired and things of that nature. So it's still basically a back four or five. Even when we play three at the back, it's technically a back four at times if you go and look at versus Chelsea. So yeah, that gives us options. While we're on the topic of formations, I'd say I believe we played it against City, 4-3-3, we lost, but we played quite well. We beaten Bayern Munich with it, and we got annihilated against Chelsea, but I saw some positive signs to 4-3-3. Why I'm a big fan of 4-3-3, because there's purpose in our play. Typically, we play it when we are the inferior side, and we don't expect to dominate possession. I like it because it's counter-attack, it's fast, there's purpose to our play. Ozil dominates the left wing. He can play on the left. We know he's better in the middle. Like I said, the main thing, there's purpose to our play. There's intent. There's hunger. We're trying to score rather than going through the motions. City and Chelsea we lost, but yeah, it showed. I saw promise. Added to that, you also saw Oxlade play good in the middle. You also actually saw, I know typically our pivots, we've got some decent pivots, but they need work. All the pivot partners, apart from probably Coquelin and Santi, need work on. But it allowed our midfielders to be, they looked more assured of themselves in the free. Granted, that's probably why we have five in midfield, because when we're together, compact, we look better. They were next to each other. You saw Xhaka and Ox playing much better when there was three at the back. So I think 4-3-3, when we played 4-3-3 in midfield. So I do believe 4-3-3 is something we've got to go forward with as well. So that's 3-5-2 and 4-3-3. They're the formations. Of course, tried and tested the Christmas tree 4-2-3-1. We've got there's scope for that. You'd like to think naturally that's the easiest position to fit Lacazette or whoever's going to come in, Alexis, Ozil, etc., etc. There's four at the back. So there's a lot of formations and different formations that we can play and go forward with. Another thing's got to be the pivots. Now, Ramsey, when we switched to three at the back, Ramsey and Xhaka, they did play very well together because there was a lot of protection. Xhaka has mobility problems. Ramsey had no handbrake, could venture forward. But if we're going to play two in midfield, Xhaka and Ramsey, they did have a good end to the season, but they've got to learn to play together. Ramsey, I like him a lot. But when the game isn't serious or he's not keeping it simple or there's a lot of context, he does tend to forget the defensive side of the game. He does get around and make challenges and stuff, but what I mean is that he has a lack of positional discipline. He'll vacate the midfield. Xhaka's not the most mobile, so he'll leave him exposed. That needs work on. Elneny and Xhaka are probably the most best partnership for Xhaka because they played together quite a lot, and since he's been here, that was the pivot. If you remember the Carling Cup days, like I said earlier, the tried and trusted Santi and Coquelin, or Santi and Ramsey, or whoever in whatever you want to do. Even if you remember 4-3-3 days, I know it's not a pivot, but Santi, Ozil, and Ramsey / Coquelin, whichever one of the four you want to make your trio of there, that's tried and tested as well. Coquelin and Xhaka, it's worked at times, and it's worked when we need to be compact and things like that, but that's not going to be the most luxurious partnership, and we do probably need something better than that. And there's all different other sorts of partnerships. I mean, we could be here all day thinking of some. There's actually even scope to move Ozil deeper, but that's for another conversation. Elneny's in a couple of these pivots. Elneny's pretty underrated in that I don't think he's anything to write home about, but he's definitely better than some of the appearances he's been getting. And some people in this side have had poor form and they made way more appearances than him, of course. And then finally, in regards to pre-season, Holding, I don't think he played a minute at the Euro Under-21 Championship, so there's no need for him to have a break. Question marks over Theo Walcott because, I mean, regardless of the formation, if these signings do come in, how is he going to play? In regards to three at the back, do we want to play three centre-halves because Lesniak can play centre-half, or do we want to play five at the back in that we have the wing backs? There's a lot of different options and stuff we can go into in different contexts. We can play three actual centre halves when we need to be compact, or when we need to be more luxurious, we can actually remove that and play four at the back. So there's a lot of options, whether it's 4-3-3, 3-5-2, or 4-2-3-1, which I'd like to actually see the back of to a degree. In regards to, I'd rather see these formations. There's a lot to think about, but ultimately different setups gives us different options and makes it harder to play against us and makes it better for us. So yeah, it's a good headache to have. But anyways, guys, Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. You guys know the rest.